Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. I've changed the name of the channel again. As I don't have that many subscribers, I just feel like it was too long. It was, it was fucking about a mile long, the last name. I've now called it Gunner's Blueprint because I believe you need a blueprint to win. You need a plan. They call it the process. I'm calling it the blueprint. The blueprint of success. Without oil money, where would Chelsea have been over the last 15 years? Nowhere really. Unless they've had a brilliant manager. Sorry about that. That could take them to the heights without signing absolutely anyone they wanted at any time because they had the money. Now, look at Man City. I remember when they first got their money, their first major signing was Robinho. Remember Robinho? Don't know if any younger viewers remember him, but, he was pretty hot property at the time. I never really rated him that much. He was never in Ronaldinho's class, I say, but still talented, Brazilian, etc. He was a big name at the time, and you think back to Robinho and to what they are now is just what oil money does. Newcastle now are the new kids on the block with the oil money. We have to contend with them rising. Every link you've got Newcastle in the background, gnawing away, offering bigger money, better terms, look at the future. We're going to be winning everything. We're going to be the new Man City. Because we got more money than Man City, a lot more. They could seriously dominate English football for the next 100 years with the amount of money that they have. Until someone else comes along with oil money or a blueprint for success. Now, I just wanted to talk about who Arsenal are linked with and what's going on at the moment. Now, it's early days. Not get too freaked out. I was a bit pissed off earlier seeing a link with Jesus to Spurs. Cheeky fucks. Tottenham, you're not getting Gabriel Jesus. He ain't playing second fiddle to Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, and it just doesn't fit with the narrative of why he's leaving. Why would he leave Manchester City and go and join Tottenham to come off essentially be a bench player? It doesn't sit right with me. He wants to be the main man, the number 9, and he will be at Arsenal. It's just whether Arsenal are going to up their game and say, here's the money, Manchester City, and here's Gabriel Jesus, Arsenal fans. They're wanting 50 mil for him. I think 45 will get a job done. And I think Arsenal will stump it up eventually. I think it might be a little bit drawn out, but we don't want to draw it out too far. Because we got a pre-season starting not that far away. We're playing in Florida. We got an Adidas tour in Germany. We're playing Nuremberg. That's in early July. So, really, we want Jesus, if we're going to sign him, in the squad for these matches, especially Germany. We don't want to leave it any later than 4 or 5 weeks' time. It's got to be. If we're going to do it, we've got to do it then. Who else? What, are we just going to go in the season with maybe Eddie Nketiah as on number 9 and no one else? Come on. Arsenal get someone over the line. And then this guy Scamacca from Sassuolo. Now, I'll be honest, I'd never even heard of Sassuolo before the Locatelli thing last season. And I've never heard of this Scamacca. Apparently, he's a very good footballer. I've never seen him play. I've never heard of him. But that doesn't mean that he's not quality. But like a lot of experts, YouTubers will tell you, Italians don't rarely leave Serie A at a young age, or at all. They tend to stay in Italy. It's a bit like English players, really. You don't get many young English players going abroad. A few to Germany to develop, like Jude Bellingham and Jadon Sancho, just to name a couple. There's been a lot more than that. But ours tend to go to the Bundesliga and then come home. I'm sure that happened with Bellingham sooner or later. What a player he's going to be. Well, what a player he is already. So this Scamacca, however you pronounce his name, it's a no-brainer. He ain't joining. I don't see it happening. I just see it as this guy's agent. Arsenal need a striker. Any strikers push their name out there to get him the move in Italy that he wants. I think Juve are sniffing around him to maybe team up with Vlahovic, or maybe the new Italian champions, AC Milan or Inter. I don't know. I don't care. I don't see him joining. It's as simple as that. I think it will be Gabby Jesus who joins, and I am more than happy with that. He isn't your archetypical. He isn't like a Sadio Mane or a Harry Kane or a Benzema type sort of archetypical number 9. But he's never been given that chance of playing 38 games in the league all season if he's fit, plus the cup games. He's always had to rotate and been on the bench. If he comes to Arsenal, he will be the main man. Yeah. And will only make way for Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah, if we need a goal, will be thrown on with him. So I just don't, unless he's not fit, I don't see him not starting for Arsenal. Because he's quality. He's quality. I could ring off his qualities. So let's just say that's 45 million. They're saying Arsenal might only sign 3 or 4 players, but quality players. But these are the players that I would players that were linked with, and I think Arsenal need to sign. 1, to get us back in the Champions League, and 2, have a very successful season and maybe pick up a trophy, or at least get to a final and have a crack at a trophy. Hopefully the Europa League final. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And to win that, you're in the Champions League then, aren't you? So I have 2 ways into the Champions League this season, through the league and for the Europa League. So double jeopardy, double bubble. So no excuses really for Mikel Arteta, unless he doesn't get the players he needs. Now, these are the players I think he needs, and if he gets within a couple of them, there ain't many excuses for Mikel Arteta this season. But if he doesn't get what I'm just about to reel off here, then what do you expect, Arsenal? And I'm talking to you, the Cronkies. Lack of ambition. Well, we will see how ambitious Arsenal are, won't we? So, I've talked about the forwards. I'm going to throw in a wild card now. Serge Gnabry. Don't see it happening. He's in his last year at Bayern. 35 mil. That is a bargain for Serge Gnabry. He's only 26, 27. You know he still loves Arsenal. He come through Hell End. Wow. Why did we let him go? When you see the machine he's turned into. I watched him devastate Tottenham today just to make myself feel better in that 7-2 defeat that Bayern inflicted on Tottenham in the Champions League a few years ago. Oh, just see him doing that for Arsenal. It'd just be just a couple of them goals that they're fantastic new stadium. I will say that. Just with a shit team who finished above us. So we must be really crap. I ain't joking. No. So Gnabry, wild card, don't see it happening. We ain't got enough money to get him. But I do think if we put the money on the table, I think he'd sign. Because I think he wants to come back to the Premier League and I think he loves Arsenal. As simple as. So say Jesus and Gnabry. Let's just say 40 for 45, 35. That's 80 mil. Yeah. So I say that's too much straight away. So I just say we go for Jesus. Now midfield, obviously, your games are won and lost in there. Who we got in there at the moment? We've got Xhaka. But I think he had the best season he's had since he's been at Arsenal last season. And Thomas Partey, who also had the best season since he's been at Arsenal. But Thomas Partey's Achilles heel, he's injury prone. Another player who's injury prone. Bit like Kieran Tierney, who I'll get onto in a minute. We're linked with Yuri Tielmans. Now, he's a player I wanted for a couple of years, seeing what he's done at Leicester. Remember that goal in the cup final, that winner against Chelsea? It's things like that excite me about Yuri. He can score goals. You know, they say he's not the most mobile and he's not, defensively minded and all this. But the thing is, he might not tick every box, but what boxes he does tick is he's very creative. He's very technical. He's a great passer of the ball. He's got great vision. He's highly talented, and he can score you at least 10 goals from midfield, which Arsenal need. Minimum 10, and that's in the league. Maybe another 5 in the cups. You're talking 15 goals a season from a midfielder. That would be a fine return. For 25 million quid, I think that would be the bargain of the summer for Arsenal. Along with the next guy I'm going to talk about, another Manchester City connection, Alexander Zinchenko. How good is this lad? I'm watching him for the Ukraine in the last couple of matches. They were unlucky against Wales, I thought, but well done for the Welsh. I've got Welsh family, so, not Welsh myself, but my godfather's Welsh, so he's more into his rugby, but I'm sure he'll still be buzzing that Wales have qualified for a World Cup. First time in was it 60 odd years or something. It's amazing. And they're in England's group. And it's the penultimate game. No, it's the last game, sorry. It's gonna be a hell of a show. Zinchenko, 22.5 mil. So let's call it 25 mil. It's a bargain. West Ham want him. Come on, man. He's too. No disrespect to West Ham. He's too good for West Ham. It'd be perfect for Arsenal for 3 reasons. 4 reasons. 1, he's quality. 2, he's a champion and brings a winning mentality into the dressing room, along with Jesus from the champions. 3, his price tag is just unbelievably cheap for such a good player. And 4, his versatility. If Tierney's out, which he is most, can only play half a season most of the time, he plays left back. And he can also play the exact position Granit Xhaka plays in the middle of the park. Left-footed, gives that nice balance, right, left. So Tielmans coming in, you can see it. Tielmans and Zinchenko. Zinchenko probably being the more defensive player, with Tielmans being the more offensive, more of a number 8, with Martin Odegaard just in front. Or Partey and Tielmans, or Zinchenko and Partey with Odegaard. The thing about Odegaard is he needs to have more goals for his game. He will have more goals for his game, but he can lay him on a plate for someone like Yuri Tielmans. Zinchenko's not going to score you too many goals though. But I think Tielmans is vital because of the goals he will contribute. I think since Aaron Ramsey and the Welshman is going to the World Cup, since Aaron left, our goals from midfield have dried up big time. My wild card for midfield, Yves Bissouma. Now, I don't know who tweeted about a move to Arsenal, but someone tweeted, maybe a reporter or someone close to him, I don't know if it was his agent or someone, a friend, about him moving to Arsenal. And Bissouma retweeted it. He wants this. He did the same last year. He tweeted a picture of himself with Arsenal stuff in the background. He's a big Arsenal fan. Now he's in the last year of his contract. He's available with 30 million quid. Now, personally, Bissouma would be the first player. Jesus would be my first signing. Bissouma would be my second. I'd sign him above Zinchenko, above Tielmans. I think he's that good. I don't think we would have had such a beast of a midfielder since Vieira. I think he's that good, and he's going to be that good. I think maybe this court case thing, maybe Arsenal want to see the outcome of that first. Maybe if he wants to join Arsenal that badly, he might just see out his contract at Brighton and become a free agent. And then Arsenal got no excuses not to sign a free Yves Bissouma, have they? That is a real wild card long shot, but would love to see it happen. I really, really want Mikel Arteta to sign Bissouma, because I think someone else is going to snap him up otherwise. We shall see. In defence, obviously, we've got William Saliba coming back, which is great news. Who will he knock out the team? Will it be the big Brazilian, Gabriel? Or will it be Benjamin White? I thought both of them were poor towards the end of the season. Anything about Gabriel, he adds goals. So isn't it? That is a bonus. And defenders that add goals is always a good thing. But really, you want them stopping goals than scoring them. I'd rather they stopped them than scored them, to be honest. But you always need that defender that pops up with that header or that that shot in the box that goes in, 5, 6 times a season, which Gabriel did. Why didn't get? I don't think he even had a shot on target. I honestly watched almost every minute of Arsenal season, which was hard work sometimes, but I honestly can't remember White having one shot on target or even attempting a shot, which I don't like. I like defenders to have a go, especially off corners, especially if you're tall. And White ain't that tall, which Saliba's got a height. It's only an inch difference, but an inch makes all the difference. Well, it can do if used properly. Now, Aaron Hickey. Dean Jones says Arsenal are going in hard for this player. Now, the good thing about Hickey, again, like Zinchenko, he's versatile. They say we don't see him signing Hickey and Zinchenko, because if we sign Hickey, where would Zinchenko play? Because he's a left back normally. Well, I think he'd push Xhaka in midfield, personally. I think there's room for all. I also think with Tomiyasu at right back, with his injury problems, Hickey might have to go over to right back because he's 2-footed. He's ambidextrous. He is actually left-footed, but he's just as good with his right. He could play left back, right back, or he could play left wing back or right wing back, which is a massive Bobby bonus for Arsenal, looking at about 20 to 25 mil. I think Arsenal are putting a bid for around 20 odd million for him. So I think Brentford put in a bid of 9 or 11 million. And Arsenal more or less doubled that offer. So I don't think so, Brentford, somehow. So that's my roundup. What players would you like to see come in? That's every player I mentioned there, I want to come into Arsenal. Apart from the Skamaka one, who I know nothing about. All the rest I've watched and I give my approval to. Who out of that lot don't I think we're going to sign? Gnabry, I don't think we'll get him. I don't think we're going to sign Zinchenko, although who knows? And I don't think we're going to sign Basuma. Who do I think we'll get? I think we'll get Jesus. I think we'll get Tielmans. I think we'll get Hickey. That's 3 players. No, we'll go for a 4th. Possibly another striker. But personally, I think it needs to be Basuma or Zinchenko to bolster that midfield. Games are won and lost in midfield. Anyone who knows anything about football knows that. Just ask Roy Keane. Just ask Patrick Vieira. Games are won and lost in midfield. Yes, you've got to have players to put the ball in the net and players to keep the ball out of the net. But that middle of the park is where the games are dominated, won and lost. You can lose your heart and soul in that midfield if you're getting overrun. Look at Liverpool's midfield this season, how good they've been. And look at City's midfield. Liverpool with Thiago and Fabinho. How good has Thiago been, man? You know what I mean? And you look at City with Bernardo Silva, with Kevin De Bruyne, and just absolute quality. You need a squad. Not everyone's going to start every week, but we're in 4 competitions, people. Wake up and smell the coffee. Time will tell. Let's see what happens. They're saying maybe Real Madrid could be interested in Jesus. Now, if Real Madrid did come in for him, I wouldn't blame him for going there. Not many players turn Real down, but let's see what happens. But I think we'll get Jesus over the line in the next couple of weeks, and I think we're getting for around 45 mil. But the wild card is Yves Bissouma. He's the player I really want, because I think he could change the fortunes of Arsenal Football Club. I really do. You know, Partey is so injury prone. Oh yeah, Saka's been valued at 100.2 million. So it's not 102 million, it's 100 million and 200,000 pounds. I don't know where that come from, the 2 bit. It's 100 million, isn't it? A lot of Arsenal fans saying they tell him, what would you sell Saka for? The kid's a phenomenon, man. Anyway, mad people. Anyway, I'll catch you lot later. Thank you for joining me on the Arsenal Blueprint. This is our blueprint for the summer. What parts of the blueprint will we get? And what parts will we miss out on? And what parts will be added that none of us Gooners or rivals saw coming? It's going to be great for Arsenal. Oh, just one more thing. Loans. Nuno Tavares needs to go out on loan, and Sambi Lokonga for me. Laters. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe.